All right. We are live. Hey, what's up, guys? Michael here and Ron for the Big Pond Brawl. First, let me say apologies for the tardiness. It was hell getting here from Chicago, traffic after work, but we're here. Let's go ahead and get right into this. All the information. We're here for the Big Pond Brawl series continues. We've resumed from our short little break here from the middle of summer. The last two events of the year. Really excited about it. It's going to be challenging. But we got to thank our sponsors, Fish Hawk Electronics, for making this all happen. Dreamy Lures, Amada Senior Care in Northern Illinois, Blood Run, Pro King, Salmon Candy, and Stinger, who are all helping to make this possible for our salmon fishing community here. Also, Spruce Island Camp with the $1,000 guaranteed minimum for the big fish caught in the Brawl on Saturday. I'm thinking it's already Friday, but it's Saturday, 2 days away. We also have a special challenge, which I'm going to touch on here in a moment. Before we get into all of that, I want to remind you all that the rule set is available on the website to go into detail. We highly encourage you all to read through it thoroughly to refresh yourself after the long kind of break from our second event. You can see right here, this is going to be the trophy, that one boat, the boat that wins it all for the series. It's going to have their name plated on here and begin that tradition. So we're close. Last two events. But I have Ron here. Ron, can we just touch on a few points regarding the rule set that we should probably touch on now? And by the way, if you have any questions, please, while we're live right now, type them in the chat. And if you are watching this after the replay, leave a comment or message us on Facebook as well. We want to make sure we get that answered to you.
Yeah, the rules are the same, like Mike said. Go and check the rules out. It's 5 fish, 15 fish limit. If you're going to release a fish, don't bring it over the rail. Check-ins will be the same. You'll check in at the port that you're going out of. Take a video of your boat. You don't have to submit that. Just keep it on your phone in case we want to see it. You know, video your cooler, any compartments around in your boat. Just a kind of a quick walkthrough. Mike will show you or I think you can.
It's playing right now.
Yeah, there's a video up right now kind of showing you what it is. And then every boat will get a number. I think we post those.
It'll be out tomorrow. Tomorrow by 7.
Yeah, so when you come back in, when you go out in the morning, you'll text whoever the check-in boat is at your harbor. Text that you're there. And then when you come back in, you need to take a photo of yourself entering the harbor that you left from. So you can write it on a piece of paper, you can write it on your hand, doesn't really matter. Just make sure you get that you're entering the harbor in that picture. And then you will text that picture to the check-in boat, letting us know that you're there. If you don't check in, you're DQ'd. Whether you've had fish or not, you need to check in because we need to know that everybody made it back in.
Sliders, I know that we just touched on.
Yeah, it's one lure per line, 9 rod total. 2 lake trout in your 5 fish limit only.
15 total fish.
Yeah. I mean, you can have more lake trout on board, but you can only weigh 2 in your 5 fish limit.
Right.
I believe that's it. I know the weather may be a concern to some, but our rules state that if there's no small craft, we will run the tournament. So
as of right now, if there's no advisory popping up between now and then, it's full send.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be west winds predicted right now on that day. So who knows? Maybe you don't have to go so far. Well, things can change. We'll see how that goes. But obviously, safety is the most important. So be prepared. And if something changes between now and then, we will communicate that via Facebook, both on our LMA Facebook page and on the Big Pond Brawl group. If you are part of the Big Pond Brawl, whether you're a captain or you are one of the crew members, highly encourage you to join the Facebook group, because that is the most direct way that we get information out specifically for the Big Pond Brawl tournament. So please join that. If you need that link, contact us. We'll get that to you as well. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on, Rob, before I took over?
I think that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions, just fire away in the chat.
Yep. All right, so let's see. I want to make sure you guys know, again, we've got the Spruce Island Camp guarantee minimum $1,000 for that big fish. So that's only going to go up because of the number of boats we have in the tournament. And I believe right now, I didn't look since earlier this morning. Last I checked, it was 30, maybe it might be a little bit more than that. But we have right around 30 or so participating in this Big Pond Brawl event. So that payout's going to go up a little bit more than that minimum there. One other thing that we did, yes.
The first place fish will be 1,000, but with the more boats, we will pay second and possibly third. So
yeah. So there's more than just,
yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We always try to get as much out there as possible. One thing I do want to touch on more specifically, and this is something I'm excited about. This is something that could potentially, we could roll this out in future events and get more brands involved. But we would like to present to you the Mr. Chrome Challenge. Now, I'm going to cover this in a little bit more detail briefly right now because it's the first time we're doing this. It's going to be a first time probably for you as well. Now, there's no additional entry fee for this. You're already fishing it. You can participate in this or not. Totally up to you if you would like to. The only requirement is that you use and catch a fish, any species out there, on a Mr. Chrome lure. That could be their spoons or their flashers, which are primarily what folks are using right now. So if you need one, come by the shop and grab whichever one you might like and get out there and fish it. Now, I'm going to explain, and we actually recorded a video demonstrating this process. Now, briefly, the way you need to do this is as you're reeling in that fish and you get it to the back of the boat, before it's being netted, you're gonna wanna start your recording at that point. Make sure you keep the fish in the camera view at all times. Someone will go scoop it up in the net. They'll bring it all into the boat, take the fish out of the net, and just get a close-up shot of that lure, whether it's the spoon in the mouth, or if it's the flasher, just put the flasher next to the fish. One steady recording. Once you've accomplished that, the last aspect of this to verify that fish, or so we know what that fish is being weighed, is you're gonna clip the top of that back tail fin, the top part of that tail fin. So get little scissors or clippers, just snip it right across. So when you bring the weight in, we can match it to that as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you the video here for that example. And big thank you to Captain Dave Johnson who helped me to do this. You'll see there, we've already got the fish at the back of the boat. It's getting ready to net it. And so we are keeping an eye on that fish. He goes in for the scoop job, perfect. Now, you're still trying to do your best to kind of keep the fish in view. Obviously, you gotta move around. That's totally fine. We're gonna go ahead and get that fish down there. And here momentarily, we'll get a close-up shot. And you'll see there's the Mr. Chrome spoon in this case, the Aurora. And at this point, while we're still recording, he's gonna go ahead and get some snips, and he's gonna snip that top of the tail fin. The fish is upside down at this point, but that's the top of the tail fin, and that lets us know that that fish is the one that is part of the challenge, all right? Now, once that's done, save the video. When you come in here to weigh your 5 fish and your big fish, you'll weigh that fish. This fish that's part of the Mr. Chrome Challenge does not have to be part of your big 5. Does not have to be part of your big 5. It just has to be one of your 15 for the day. So don't feel, no pressure there. We thought that was a fair way to go about it. So again, this is another way to kind of get some money. It's a very straightforward $500 prize to whoever catches the biggest fish on a Mr. Chrome lure. So you got a lot of different ways to get into some money here, guys. Not only in placement, not only in the big fish, but now an additional way. And when you come to weigh your fish here, we'll weigh it, and then we'll collect that video from you at that point. If not after that, we'll send it in to us and we'll get all that there. What that's also going to help us do is also send that content over to the brands so they can highlight that as well, and that also let us use it to pitch this idea to other brands in the future to get more dollars in their involvement to give right back to you guys. So hopefully you guys take advantage of the opportunity. We'd love to see how that works out for everyone, and we think it'd be just another cool thing to add to the mix of things. So if there's any questions with that and the Mr. Chrome Challenge, feel free to post it in the Big Pond Brawl Facebook group. Happy to answer that question for you. I already posted the demonstration video is in the group as well, so you can use that as your guide. The important part is that there's no stopping and starting, no editing in between it. Once you start recording that fish from the back, you need to finish recording once the tail is clipped in view of the camera, okay? One straight clip, no cuts or edits. That's the only requirement for that. Otherwise, we won't count it. It won't be eligible to be submitted. Pretty straightforward. No questions have been asked so far. Now's the time to ask that before we wrap everything up here. Again, we'll if there's anything with the weather changes where a small craft advisory is issued, we will get that out to you and make the call. But as it stands right now, it's a full go. We're going to fish it. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge considering the weather conditions. Overall, since we've changed the weather, fishing this whole week has been a little crazy. But it's going to be a full send, and we expect it to be a really interesting tournament day. We are looking at quite a few boats in the series runnings right now. A lot of these boats in the top 10 are just a few points away from each other. And this is this is one more event after this, and it's going to be really cool to see how this last two play out. So hopefully you guys are excited. If there are no questions for us, Steve asked a question. Will Sunday be the makeup if canceled? Yes.
Sunday's weather is worse, so if we don't get it in Saturday, it'll probably be a different weekend.
Okay.
Saturday's supposed to be even worse. Or
Sunday's supposed to be worse? Yeah. Yeah. So we'll communicate that, guys.
Yeah. It is the scheduled.
Right.
The Sunday would be the scheduled day, but the forecast for Sunday's even worse than Saturday. So.
Right. So I would ask that there be some flexibility throughout this, just because, as you all know, we're at the mercy of Mother Nature. We will do our best to make it happen. And if for some reason we're unable to do it this weekend, we'll get together and try and figure out the next steps after that and go from there. But right now, let's focus on getting out there on Saturday, having a good time.
Time is 5:30 to 1:30. The scale will be open till 3:30, so be here by 3:30. The scale closes at 3:30 sharp.
Yep. A couple more questions I'm gonna cover as well. Quad said, will the person we have to check in with via phone number be posted or sent to us?
Yes.
Yes, they will be posted. That will be all out tomorrow by 7 p.m. with your boat number. That'll all be posted in the Facebook group. And so you'll have it in the Facebook group as well. So be on the lookout for that. I'll have that out to you guys. No other questions. Okay, last thing we're going to cover, folks, is the flow for the weigh-in. One thing that's unique about our tournament, as you guys know, we've been fishing it. I'm not sure how many are doing this for the first time, but we do a live weigh-in here. So it's a live show people can watch, and people really enjoy it. So let's talk about the traffic flow in here. I'm going to show you guys this graphic. Whoop, that's a little out of frame there. Let's quickly fix this. All right, and me and you are floating in the wind there. All right, let me get us out of the way. All right, for everyone coming from North Point, Kenosha, Racine, when you come down southbound on Sheridan, the lot right here, the back of the store, is where you're going to pull into. We'll have our very own Lauren out there, who does a great job with handling the traffic and getting guys parked. He'll be directing you with your boats. Right where that green flag is where we have our back door. There'll be a little dolly there. You can have a couple of your crewmates take the cooler off, wheel it back into the back of the shop, where we'll have a line in here and you'll come weigh in your fish. From inside of here, there's a door to our left in here, which is just the exit door, which is the X mark. That's where you'll exit with your cooler, and you can be picked up by your vehicle, your boat on the other side. Again, we do ask, with us having 30 boats this time shouldn't be as much of a thing, but if you want to take your vehicle, if you're able to kind of leave your trailer wherever or drop it off before you get here, that's great. If not, we can accommodate it, and it will be safe. We have no issues. There's folks out in the parking lot as well throughout this, so we haven't had any issues. Overflow parking is across the street at Wenzel's mechanic shop. So if you have a regular vehicle, probably ask if you could park across the street, and that way saves us room for the trailered boats that are coming in here, and we'll get them priority parking up front and all of that. So that is the flow. If you're coming from Waukegan, this is just the opposite. You'll come north and then come to the backside and come through there. Pretty straightforward. Yes?
I think there's They might have to take some back roads. I think they got Sheridan Road closed Saturday down there,
Only northbound.
going northbound.
So
Okay.
when they leave, there's going to be a block party north of 9th Street, between 9th and 7th Street. Southbound lanes will be open, but the northbound lanes will be closed, so you'll have to probably turn at 9th Street, go down a block, and come back up
Go
7th
around.
Street to get around it.
All right, so as they said, I guess apparently there's some kind of a local event happening on Saturday as well. So I would just recommend use Google Maps. It's pretty accurate and it'll show you the closure to get you around. So please take that into account on your travel time, especially those guys from Racine on your travel times. All you have to do is be here in line by 3 for the weigh-in, okay? So you got plenty of time from 1 to 3 to do whatever you need to do.
1:30. to
Sorry,
3:30.
1:30 to 3:30.
Yes.
To go ahead and get your stuff done and get here into the line to weigh in. Any questions with that? Sorry, maybe you already covered this. 5:30 a.m. start time? Yes.
5:30 to 1:30.
5:30 to 1:30, folks. 5:30 to 1:30.
In the harbor by 1:30.
All right. And then in line no later than 3:30 here at the store for the weigh-in. All right. Once you're here, you're welcome to hang out. If you need to go for some reason, you can. But we'll do the updates in real time over here for the standings as we're going along, and we'll go from there. Any other questions? Many of you have already, this is your third go around with doing this, so I think you're pretty familiar with the setup here. Quad said, do we stage outside the harbor for the start?
Yes.
Yes.
Shotgun start at 5:30.
There you go. So just post up right up front. Be mindful of the other anglers that are coming out that aren't participating. You know, stay out of the mouth of the harbor. Just kind of push off to the sides and stage there, and you'll get the radio. You get the radio message when it's go time. Any other questions, guys? Now's the time. Actually, while I wait for more questions, let me mention this. The Southwest Challenge Series, for those of you that want to participate, we are going to be a weigh-in for the Southwest Challenge Series. So if you want to be involved in this, you can go to their Facebook page where you can sign up and get involved. 3 different ways to win. You got Big Fish, Big 3 Fish, and the Challenge Series year-end awards. All right, so if you want to check out the Southwest Challenge Series, again, visit them on Facebook at Southwest Lake Michigan Salmon Series.
If they're in that, they need to tell us at the scale.
Yes.
Yeah. If you are in the Southwest Challenge Series, make sure you tell us as you are weighing your fish so we can weigh your fish in a certain order.
Yeah, if you're in that series and your 3 fish don't have to be part of our
Right, 5.
5.
Right. You can play it a little bit differently, so just be clear on that. All right. If there's nothing else from you guys that are watching right now, I have nothing else. I think we covered it all. I'm looking forward to a great event. Again, big thank you to our sponsors for making this happen. Fish Hawk Electronics, Stream Mover Lures, Amada Senior Care of Northern Illinois, Blood Run, Pro King, Salmon Candy, Stinger, also Spruce Island Camp for the big fish this year, and welcoming Mr. Chrome Lures for the Mr. Chrome Challenge. And I'm excited about that. So I think that's about it, folks. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you for making the time out to join us for the captain's meeting. If something comes to mind after the fact, leave a message in the group, message us on Facebook, and we'll get back to you with some answers as fast as we can. All right. Have a great night. We'll see you guys this weekend.